2-meter waves rise like walls, the boat bucking hard through screaming wind and white spray. But they push on, targeting porcupinefish, a highly toxic species schooling beneath the cold water. One after another bursts onto the deck, spines flared and bodies puffed up in panic. One small mistake means poison and a serious accident. Can they survive this brutal storm and make it back safely? Watch to the end and find out.
Down the wall, the ocean turns cold and quiet, like a cathedral made of pressure.
Where the reef breaks apart, the deep starts writing its own rules.
The deeper it gets, the more the ocean feels like it's closing in.
A seamount like this is a magnet. Everything big, everything dangerous, eventually circles back here. They don't dart or panic. Everything else makes space for them.
That beak can crush shell like glass, and it knows it.
They hunt slow, because nothing here can bully them off a meal.
But even armor gets cautious when the rocks start breathing.
A stonefish is waiting, poisonous spines and a mouth built for ambush.
Two dangers want the same bite, and neither backs down.
Spines up. This is a warning written in needles. One wrong angle, and those spines end the argument fast. Moving like a synchronized wall, the giant porcupinefish, Diodon hystrix, successfully forced the stonefish to retreat into the shadows.
Inflated and armed, this fish turns itself into a weapon.
That beak is a crusher. Meat is just the reward.
The stonefish stays alive, but it loses the meal.
They fade back into the blue like armored ghosts, quiet, heavy, and still in control. If you see one this big, you're already in its territory.
Here in the shallows, the reef flourishes with life. These juvenile mackerel form dense schools, protecting themselves.
Tiny life stays close to home, because the deep has no mercy.
Out here, beauty floats, while danger waits on the bottom.
Some travelers move calmly, because they're not the target today.
When the light fades, the hunt doesn't stop. Only the rules change. To catch a monster down below, first you survive the surface up here.
They don't hunt by hope, only by depth, structure, and experience. For spines and beaks, you bring steel and rope. A laugh buys 10 seconds of calm, then the deck call again.
At night, the ocean hides the next wave, and that's when mistakes happen.
Before the line goes down, the machine has to be ready to fight. Live bait is the spark, because big predators don't respect weak invitations. Every knot is a decision. Fail here, and you lose everything later. Hook after hook disappears, questions thrown into the deep.
Down by the rocks, the bait hangs like a heartbeat in the dark. Every crack down here can hide something with teeth.
The boo twitches. Something heavy is testing the invitation.
It doesn't rush. It sizes up the bait like it's judging a trap. That beak was made for crushing, and now it's about to clamp on steel. There, hooked clean, and now it fights like a spiked wrecking ball.
Inflated, it becomes a floating mine, hard to control and impossible to ignore.
Up top, it feels like they're pulling a truck through the sea.
Pull, brace, recover, never give it slack.
Dragged off the bottom, it turns pure stubborn muscle into resistance.
Every link is a weak point, so they watch it like a countdown. At the surface, those spines look like a warning sign made real. That's not a fish you grab. Those spines are a shield and a threat at the same time.
They can't grab it. One spine can punch through gloves, so they land it with reach, timing, and nerve.
The deck moves like an earthquake, and they still have to be precise.
Night is coming, and they're still not done.
Under floodlights, the ocean looks black, and the fish looks even meaner.
They're running on fumes, but the ocean doesn't care.
The storm is rising, and that spiked fish is turning every swell into weapon. The sea's getting angry, and the fish is using it. Out here, night doesn't slow danger, it multiplies it.
They keep tension perfect, because slack is how you lose it.
Hold it steady, one clean swing of the sling, and we end this before the next wave hits.
Deep beneath the stormy glow, the magnificent lion's mane jellyfish pulses gently through the dark water.
Night and rain don't change the target. Those spines are still right there in the foam. One hit from the sea can undo an hour of work. That line is singing with tension right before it fails.
They reach for it, then the ocean yanks it away.
Keep your stance. Night seas don't forgive sloppy footing.
That line is at its limit. One more udar from the sea, and it's over. The storm wins, line snaps, and the fish drops back into the dark.
A broken line is a weapon. Nobody wants to be in its path.
In the dark, you fix it by feel, because daylight isn't coming to help.
Now they're fighting two enemies, weather and time.
That wasn't a miss. It was the ocean taking what it wanted. They can't save the fish, so they save what gear they can. No time to mourn. Rebuild the line before the window closes. If this fails again, someone get hurt, so they make it perfect. they go again, because quitting doesn't bring anything back.
Second attempt. Same darkness, same danger.
The bait waits again, quiet, small, and doomed. This one looks older, meaner, and hungry enough to risk the hook. It turns itself into a spiked ball before it even bites. Pure attitude. Hooked again, and this time they refuse to let the storm steal it.
They pull like their jobs depend on it, because they do. If the gear holds, they win. If it doesn't, they go home empty.
It fights by becoming bigger, turning itself into a living hazard.
Daylight doesn't make it safer. It just shows you how sharp those spines really are. That beak could crush bone, and those spines punish anyone who gets close.
This time, they catch the moment, and the fish comes up.
On deck, it's a spike tornado. Nobody gets close without a plan.
Keep distance, those spines are needles, and one wrong step means a trip to the med kit.
Get it into the tank without touching those spines. Control first, speed second. Safe for now. The monster is contained. You don't beat the sea, you survive around with it.
After the storm, the ship keeps moving, because the ocean never stops.
After losing one to the storm, this pile feels like payback. That pile isn't catch. It's proof they beat the storm and hauled up something built to fight back.
Even after the fight, one spine can still ruin your day, so they process it like it's still dangerous.
Ice locks in the value, but those spines still demand respect, even buried in slush. The fight is over. Now the mission is keeping it perfect.
From sea to cold truck, value moves on pallets, not promises.
Now the catch enters a different world. Bright lights, clean floors, high stakes. In a luxury kitchen, even dangerous fish gets handled with respect.
It's not about show. It's about control, skill, and safety.
The same fish that fought the ocean now meets fire and steel.
From spines to silverware, this is how the story changes shape.
This view is spectacular.
And the service, even better.
To family and many more evenings like this.
Cheers.
For the kitchen, it's service. For the crew, it was survival.
That stack is built from bruises, salt, and a storm that almost erased the day.
They count it once, then laugh, because the real payment was making it back. No long rest. Tomorrow's ocean doesn't care about today's win.
The ship rests for a moment. Then it's ready to be thrown back into the dark.
Morning resets the sea. Like nothing happened, and everything can happen again.
The ship disappears, and somewhere below,
Another set of spines is already waiting.